What's going on, family? This is Jay Taj, and you're tuned in to The Rodriguez Show. Keep it locked.
And we are back on The Rodriguez Show, and we have our final guest here of the year of 2023, returning for the first time since August 2018. He's one of the founders of The Rodriguez Show. His name is DJ ADM. What's up, man?
The only reason I want to be on a show was just for the little kids cheering. Every show I watched, I was like, I need that sample. So I officially done it. You know, it's been great talking to you guys.
See you later. Yeah, man. So it's been a long time. 4 years since you were on the show.
When you said that year, I was like, it's been that long?
2018, yeah. Jeez. Yeah. So how you been doing, man?
Good. I've been doing, if anything, better. Just working my way back up to this whole DJ thing, bro.
Yeah.
And it feels like I've started from scratch.
Yeah.
When the first time I picked my laptop, I'm like, well, here we go. Round one. Back to round one.
Back to the beginning.
Exactly. Back to the beginning. I'm back here. So it's like the whole process of now I get my name back out there, hit my Instagram, get more followers, put myself out there to when I first started. And it's like, definitely then you realize, like, man, I put that much work back in a day. Like, now I'm just like, do I really want to do this now?
They can follow you on Instagram at DJADM. That's DEEJAY_ADM, the letters ADM. Yeah, man. So it's been a lot of stuff has happened since you have not been on the show. Before we get into more of the DJing, I just wanted to ask you, what is one thing that you're like, oh shit, I wish I could have talked about this on the show?
There's a lot of things that I wish I could have. At that point when you guys took over, like, I've seen you guys process, if anything. Honestly, the one thing I want to talk about, if anything, was, dude, the progress that you've taken. It's not even about me. At this point, it's not even about me. Like, the way you took the Rodriguez Show and shaped it into what it is now. Yeah. It's like, that's something that I really wanted to talk to you about. Like, it wasn't even towards me leaving the show, just the seeing the progress and seeing the Rodriguez Show keep going and not stopping. Yeah. It's like, dude, damn, are you tired? Do you sleep?
Just on the weekends. After you left in August of 2018, it was a lot. We were like, well, me and Carlos were like, oh shit, like, where do we go from here? And we didn't want to stop. So then, Mondo was, took over in November. It was official in November. We were filling in here and there. We had other people filling in. But it's just been a journey, man. Just trying to I think, it was like when Mondo took over in November, it was like we were still building on the same kind of wave that we were on. But then 2020 happened, and then all the momentum we had, fucking out the door.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even us we did it on FaceTime. And it was like, we still did it, we still did the show, but it was like, when we came back after that was when we had to start fresh, right? Didn't you feel the same way?
Oh, definitely, yeah, because it was just so separated from the actual ideas being in one room together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just sucked.
And I imagine that being just weird. Not weird, but awkward. It's like, damn, I'm not in the same room to kind of feel that vibe. So it's like you kind of feel that vibe through Skype or Zoom, whatever it might be.
Yeah. You have the headphones on, the fucking AirPods on. And,
the delay.
The laugh delay. It was always a
especially,
little
it didn't have good signal. You could never see his face.
Yeah, I swore he had the best corner of his house.
He's like, I'm at the best internet corner of my house. And it would always look blurry. That was... So then when in June 2021, we started coming back in the studio, that's when it was like, okay, now we're basically starting from scratch. It was still the Rodriguez Show because of the name and people kind of knew, but nobody was doing anything, dude. It was
that's crazy.
But now we're still doing it. We're still here.
I'm just happy to see it still going. Yeah. I know you said founder, but technically it was more like me texting you being like, hey, you want to just come do a show? And it was just a little lunch hour show. Then it became let's just throw some news in there and a little bit of entertainment. And then it just kind of structured to be the Rodriguez Show. Yeah. Seeing from when it started to now what it is, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's listening back, I don't even have the same voice when I had a higher voice back then.
Same.
It's been 8 years, so it's been a long ass fucking
I just look back like this fool. Look at myself like this guy.
So back to you though. When did you decide? All right. Where was that moment of I'm gonna get rid of my social media, which I think is all right. Well, I'm not a DJ in public anymore, right?
That is true. When I got rid of social media, it was definitely an impact. I guess one of those things where in a way, I thought I needed to focus on life, right? It's like one of those things like, oh, do I need social media? Did I really need it? You know, stuff like that. You know, I'm still a DJ outside of this. Do I need it? I just took that off, right?
Yeah.
Social media went blank. And then you start trying to get gigs again, like at these bars or at these places. And then you start realizing how important that fucking social media becomes. And you're like, well, you know what? I guess people don't really hire people for talent. I guess they just hire, like, how many people can you bring to the bar? Okay, sounds good. You're hired. You get the prime time spot. You know, that's how usually it is. But it's like, now I restarted it. And like I was telling you earlier, I feel like I'm back from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I'm restarting. This is who DJ ADM is. I'm going to show you guys who I am. I need to put myself out there and just kind of like lay it out for you guys. This is who I am. This is the type of music I play. I played here. I played this. I've done this in my lifetime. But now I'm ready to show you what I'm ready to do from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And what
that's
is
like
that? What are you looking forward to doing?
Definitely getting back up to having my, you know, bar, regular places to go at. It's like showing them that I'm not just there just to, you know, DJ at bars. I'm also just, I can mix music. I can make edits, you know, stuff like that. It's like, I'm here to help. Pretty much what I was doing at the Rodriguez show when I first started. Getting that local talent, which you guys still do. If anything, like Mondo does as well. You know, hit us up. If you're that local talent, we'll get you music out there.
Yeah.
We're always welcoming, you know, local artists and like local talent. Like, and sometimes local talent is really good. Like you find those artists that no one really knows, you know, and they come out being like, holy crap, you're better than what I hear now on the radio, which nowadays I really do hear more stuff better on SoundCloud than I hear on the actual radio.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, that's where I want to be, back to the initial point where, you know what, local artists and local talent, if you want your song out there, your name out there, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And I'm here to help as DJ ADM. Mondo's here to help as Mondo. You know, the Rodriguez show's here to help as well. It's like back to where I started to being that support and being that help to get people out there.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's I think eventually, like, I don't know what year it was, like, doing this show, but like I noticed it, especially this year when I made like my favorite songs of the year list, that I listened to mostly a lot of local artists. Like now, you know,
I saw that you had like, well, you put Specs on there, Hippie C,
Eric Young
on there too.
It's like eventually, like when you realize like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here that I can support, like, you know, it's harder, like you just appreciate it more, you know, like it never used to be on my actual rotation, and now in the past few years it's all I listen to most of the time.
Yeah, and it's crazy when you see too, like if you like on a Spotify, like what you most listen to, like the curated playlist, sometimes that local artist just pops into the curated playlist like of the week. I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah, like Hippie C and Specs album, Spiffy Green, that's on my like most listened to.
That's a great album. I took a listen to that. It's crazy, fire, bro. I don't know why. I think it really is.
Yeah. So what gigs do you have right now? Where are you teaching?
I am currently back at the second floor. Shout out to DJ Blizzy, put me back on, a friend of mine. But I'm back at the second floor. Saturdays, like every other Saturday here and there, you know, around the month, as well as Fridays at the oh my god, I just forgot the name. I just told Mondo the name of this bar.
What's the name of it?
Bourbon Room. Bourbon Street,
yeah.
right there on downtown Fullerton, Friday nights.
Nice.
So same like once, if not every other Friday.
Nice.
So it's fun. Like you play anything. Second floor, as like you guys know, you guys probably, you know, you guys been there.
Yeah.
It's the vibe every time. You can play literally almost anything. People just kind of vibe out to what it is. And same with Bourbon Street. I've got first time DJing there was like last month, and I fell in love with that place. The place is a nice vibe. It has like, you know, nice like. Definitely what I liked was the equipment, because that's always important, bro. Nice equipment to use, easy to use, that I can use, and I felt comfortable using, which definitely helps out when you DJ.
Yeah. Are you going to be there? Well, I mean, we're recording this the week before, but this Friday, you going to be there?
Not this Friday, though.
The 30th?
I know, because it's like, you know, coming close to like Christmas Eve. Usually towards holiday season, I try to take, you know, that weekends off, especially like New Year's. New Year's this year, I have no gig. Usually I would, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try something different, just kind of step back. You know, chill with family, loved ones, and like just kind of, you know, take a different route of it.
Nice. So yeah, man. So you already told us what you're looking forward to doing next year. What else did you enjoy this year in terms of music?
Man, I mean, what I enjoyed in terms of music, definitely seeing that Kanye is still crazy as fuck. I mean, he never lets me down on that. The stuff that he says, you know. I'm glad he's just has yet given me a reason to stop following him, but No matter what he says, I still follow him.
Oh my god! I mean, you're one of the last few people because even me, I can't.
No,
go that
that's it. I thought of like out of all people that you might like still give him a chance.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I was out in 2018 when he said slavery was a choice, and that's when I was like, oh god, I take this poster down. And then when that happened, it was like, okay, man. And then little by little, it was like he would say some other shit and now I'm like, I can't support anything that he does. Or
this
says.
When you call it quits, and like, you know what? I had enough. We had a nice route, but now you just gone too far.
You saw the evolution of like Kanye. Like I used to always talk about it, and then little by little, it was just like no more.
I know. If you're looking back to the episode, there's always something about Kanye.
It was always like the Kanye like daily the weekly fucking segment.
Well, it was because it was always related to music.
It was.
But once it stopped being about the music, that's when I was like, okay, I'm out too.
Yeah.
That's true.
I guess you can see, like, I'm also, like, we're just more excited to, like I said, just meeting more local artists and seeing what music is really out there and hopefully get it more involved in the local scene again. How we really were, like, going back to, like, the block parties and stuff like that we used to do. And, like, it's just seeing how the music has evolved and, like, seeing certain artists take a certain route that I never thought would happen. Mm-hmm. And, like, people switching genres or, like, local artists meeting this local artist and them doing collabs. Like, for example, Hippie C and Specs. Yeah. Did I see that happening? No. Did it happen? Yes. Fire? Hell yeah. You know, it's like seeing like people collab like that and just seeing what like local talent has really taken. And not just artist wise though. What I've noticed is also like I've seen more DJ talent. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that now more with like, you know, recently you guys went to like Tropicasa and stuff like that too. So it's like what I saw there is like just a whole different scene. Yeah. You know, definitely the whole like the scene to Santa Ana, not just like the Latin like, you know, cultural, you know, classic banda music, cumbia. It's more like let's take a little route to this house kind of like vibe to bring to the market, you know. Yeah. And it was definitely cool to see like, you know, the videos I saw. And like I've known Tropicasa for a while, been to a couple events, and it's definitely like a different vibe. So it's it's like seeing what the DJs have been doing and like how new local talents and DJs have come up to see like what they're made of. Yeah. You know, I'm excited to see that.
Shout out to Tropicasa, man. They started like it was last year, 2021. Yeah. And then they little by little, like we were at one of the early ones, and then the Mondo's been more often, and they just keep getting packed and packed. So
yeah, it's more full. I went to one of the early ones too. I was like, what's this? Like in here and like the little like marketplace? Like I don't know. So I went. I was like, yo, this is a vibe. Yeah. It's like a whole different world.
Yeah.
That's cool that they brought it.
Yeah. Yeah. And plug real quick, you can check out our Mondo set from Tropicasa on YouTube right now, youtube.com/The Rodriguez Show. So yeah, man, well, we're excited to have you back. We're definitely going to have you back more often. But I wanted to ask you because I keep hearing rumors that the jump off might happen again. Is that going to happen?
No.
Because if it does, then we're competition again.
No. I remember that friendly competition. But it's not, right now, no. It's more like I was mentioning, is bringing myself and like making a name of who ADM is.
Establishing yourself again.
Yeah, reestablishing myself as a DJ, reestablishing myself as like, you know, the gigs that I get, the name I want to put, you know, what ADM to stand for, you know. Yeah. Even though technically it means Adios Mío. But
what you want it to
stand for, you know, like what it really means. And like when I say like, oh, DJ ADM played, I want that to mean like, yo, I went, I saw him, I had a great time. The vibe was real. Everybody was vibing and I had a great time.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to bring out.
Well, if you want to follow that journey, follow him on Instagram at DJADM. That's DEEJAY_ADM. And all right, man, are you ready to do a mix right here?
I am and I'm not.
You don't have anything planned?
No, I don't. So we're just going to go to what I have and feel the vibe and see what happens. So,
all right. Well, finishing off the episode for 2022, this is DJ ADM on The Rodriguez Show. Ooh.